Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company has committed to investing $40 billion on their new facility here in northern Phoenix, and it's already having a huge impact on the area, and they're not even producing their products yet. This new facility will create thousands of full-time jobs and construction jobs over the next 10 to 15 years. If you're one of the people that are relocating to Phoenix or just moving to be closer to work, you may be wondering, where should I live near TSMC? This is a three-part video series where I'll be talking about all the different neighborhoods that are in the area of TSMC. If you're not familiar with the Valley, most of what I'm going to be talking about is going to be in the Northwest Valley. TSMC is located in the north part of Phoenix, just west of I-17 and north of the 303, or the Loop 303, where the two meet. There are lots of neighborhoods on all sides and all parts of that part of town that if you're considering a move here to Phoenix to work at TSMC or work on the construction, or if you're just wanting to move to this part of the valley to be closer to work, this series is going to take a look at all the different areas and neighborhoods that are surrounding the TSMC manufacturing plant. Obviously there's a lot of neighborhoods here, so we're going to take a look at them, and this will be a three-part series. Let's take a look at this section that is east of I-17, and let's start with Norterra and Norterra Fireside. It's located north of Happy Valley Road, which is down here, and then you've got the I-17. There is a lot going on nearby Norterra. You've got the USAA Insurance Company. One of their large campuses is here. They've got several buildings. This campus is probably 15 to 20 years old. They built several facilities here, and then they've expanded into some of these local the office buildings nearby. There's a couple more under development here as well. The Shops at Norterra is a really cool kind of outdoor mall. You've got some big box shopping stores. There's a movie theater here on the end. There's a bunch of different restaurants, but it's got a little bit of a Main Street feel here. So that's a great place to go shopping or get something to eat and hang out. And then across the street on the south side of Happy Valley, you've got Walmart, there's a Lowe's here, several other larger shopping retail stores, plus a bunch of restaurants. So that's one of the benefits of the Norterra neighborhood, is its proximity to everything that's going on there on Happy Valley. There's a couple of sections of Norterra. And many of these neighborhoods have slightly different names. This region is referred to as Norterra. On the east side here, this is Norterra Fireside. It's a Del Webb master planned community. It's known for, it's got a really nice community center and amenities. The residents of this community have access to use this facility, and it's got really cool swimming pools. There's tennis courts, there's a fitness facility, plus lots of meeting rooms and that sort of thing. Plus they do a really good job of putting on events for different residents. So on the holidays and the summer, there's lots of things going on here. One of the cool things about this neighborhood is you do have really good access to the I-17 to the west. And as you can see here on the map, if I zoom out, there's a lot of mountains here, so the views in this neighborhood are really nice. A lot of these homes either back to the mountains and the nature preserve, and they have really amazing views. So let's take a 3D look here. So you can see it's a very beautiful neighborhood. There's a lot going on. So even if you don't have views from your house, or your back up to the preserve or things like that, it's really nice to drive into the neighborhood at the end of the day and see the mountains with the sun setting in the west. It's a really beautiful part of town. To the north of Norterra, you've got there's a few neighborhoods here. None of them are larger developments that have kind of bigger names like Norterra or Tramonto. This Tramonto was one of the larger kind of builder-built neighborhoods in this part of town. You've got, it feels like your typical suburb, stucco siding with tile roofs. One of the nice things about this neighborhood is you do have some big box retail here. There's a grocery store here. I believe it's in Albertsons. You've got Mountainside Fitness, which is a very popular chain of gyms here in Phoenix. There's an In-N-Out here, which is really nice. It's super popular here in Arizona. So prices in this neighborhood are going to range. You can get condos in Tramonto that are about $300,000, and home prices are going to be anywhere from about $450,000 on up to $1 million. One of the other nice aspects about Tramonto is you're right here at the I-17. So if you're commuting to TSMC, you're just a few minutes away. If you're need to get to another part of the valley, you've got easy access along the 17 to the 101 going east or west, or the 17 heads right down into downtown and then over to Sky Harbor. North and east of Tramonto is the community of Desert Hills. This is a little bit different. It has a little more of a rural feel. Most of the lots in this part of town are going to be about a half acre or larger. Most of these areas do not have an HOA, so you have a little bit more freedom with what you want to do with your property. If you want horses or you have a lot of vehicles, if you want to just have a mobile home, there's lots of options available in this community. You do have really good access to the Carefree Highway along the southern edge. That's this road here. And you're really close to the I-17. So if you're looking for something a little more rural with a desert feel, or you are wanting to have animals, chickens and goats and horses. I know some people have llamas in this part of town as well. Or if you just have a lot of vehicles, if you have an RV or ATVs or side-by-sides, this is a very popular community that for people that are into those things, just because of the larger lot size and the ability to store those vehicles on your property. To the north of Desert Hills, you have the master planned community of Anthem. Anthem was developed by Del Webb and Pulte Homes, and it basically sprung a new city out of the desert. There was nothing here before, so they planned and developed this entire community, and very typical feeling, similar to the other suburbs here in the Phoenix metro area. The homes are going to have tile roofs and stucco siding. One of the main draws and the benefit to a master plan community and starting from scratch is they were able to plan in all kinds of amenities. You've got I believe it's just Anthem Country Club. That's a private golf course here. There are lots of mountains just to the north of Anthem, so you have some amazing views in these neighborhoods and on the golf course, so it's a really fun place to play golf. Kind of the crown jewel of Anthem is their community park. As you can see, it's very large. They've got lots of different sports fields. You've got, on the north side here, you've got the adventure playground with the several different lakes around it. There's some green belt and open areas. They also have what's called the Daisy Mountain Railroad. You can see the station here and the track. The tracks go through a good portion of the park. I forget what scale it is, but it's a lot of fun. If you've got younger kids, that's a great place to go and spend some time. The adventure playground has a lot of different, more playground amenities than most of the parks that you'll find. There's a lot of shaded picnic areas, so if you're just wanting to go and spend some time with family, it's a really well done park. There's restrooms and all that, of course. I believe there is a snack bar here at Daisy Mountain Railroad. I don't know how often it is open though. You've got basketball courts. There's a really cool skate park here too. So if you have kids that are into skateboarding or rollerblading, lots of fun stuff for them to do here. There are some pickleball courts here somewhere, I believe. Maybe that's part of the pickleball is actually part of the Anthem Community Center. Very similar to Norterra, the residents have access to these facilities. A huge fitness facility, really nice lap pool, some water slides here. It looks like in this image that this is the pool here, but it appears to be empty at this time. There's some volleyball courts, tennis courts. So lots of different outdoor recreation opportunities at the park or at the community center. One of the main draws and perks of living in Anthem, you are a little bit further from town. So there are some grocery stores and several restaurants here. There's kind of a industrial and commercial core. So you don't have to go too far for your basic daily needs as far as shopping is concerned. There are some outlet malls. There is some industrial here. There's lots of different businesses from motorcycle dealerships to churches that are located in this part of Anthem. And obviously located right next to the 17, you've got great access to the Phoenix metro area, the Loop 101 and the 303. And into northern Arizona. So if you're looking to get out of the heat and want to head up north, you've got really good access to Prescott, Sedona, and Flagstaff in northern Arizona. To the north of Anthem, you've got the community of New River. It's very similar to Desert Hills. You can see there's mountains on all sides, and most of the communities in here have that very rural feel. They are going to be larger lots, half acre and more, and no HOAs, so you'll have a little more flexibility on how you can use your property. Home prices are typically, you're going to start at about $300,000, and you can spend $1 million up here if you really want to. There are some properties with mobile homes that are going to start, kind of in about the 250 range on up. And there's a lot of people like this community because there's a lot of land available up here. So if they want to build their own custom home, they can. Lots start at about 50,000 or so. Depending on views and all that, you can spend as much as you want and as big of a lot as you would like to. So lots of different options up here. If you don't want to live in the standard HOA community, you want something with more of a rural feel, and if you have animals or vehicles that you need to accommodate, this is a great part of town to do that in. Every week I'm talking to people just like you who are considering a move here to Phoenix, many of which have a connection to TSMC. If you're unsure of which part of town or which neighborhood might be right for you, I've lived here in the Northwest Valley for the past 14 years, and I'd love to hear what's going on for you and see if I can help you figure out which neighborhood will be the best one for you.